Hey, this might be crazy, but what if we just leave Britney Spears alone? I have just been seeing what has been happening on social media with Britney Spears recently, and it really is bothering me. Now, there is a huge situation that is currently unfolding on the internet to do with a private moment to do with Britney Spears. And it's really gotten me thinking, why can't we leave Britney Spears alone? Like, why can't the media stop trying to buy exclusive private moments to try exploit, manipulate the narrative, or just make her look crazy? Because didn't we collectively all really put our heads together during the Free Britney movement and realize what the media did wrong to her in 2007? And I just think to myself, isn't it enough for her to go through that once without people constantly berating her? And if there's one thing I'm going to do in my life is defend Britney Spears, that is a good woman. That is a good woman. And she is so unlike anyone else in the industry, because regardless of what she has been put through by the media or the industry at whole, you will still see, unlike any other person in the media, that people will speak so highly about their interactions with her, even through the years where she was actively being abused by her team. And her family. And so this current situation that's going on with Britney, I want to isolate it and talk about it. But before that, I just want to talk about what it's been like as a Britney fan, kind of witnessing social media recently about her. So Britney is more so on the quieter side now, post-conservativeship. Like, obviously, she still posts on Instagram and stuff, but there's no real public appearances anymore or anything. She's very much so, separated herself, which, if she's wanted to do that for a while, thank God she's finally able to live the life that she wants to live. And I hope she gets to enjoy the money that she tirelessly worked to make, that other people stole from her so much. Like, I hope Britney Spears enjoys every single fucking day that she has on earth. And the way her family treated her, the way the conservatorship system treated her, like, I hope she lives every day exactly how she wants, right? Like, I will defend her to no end. But over in social media recently, I've seen this desire for people to, know more about Britney. And kind of they're wanting that Britney news again, which is very similar to 2017 when the media started to pry in her life. And what's really just crazy about this as well is how people aren't picking up on this pattern. Like, these videos will be recorded of, and by the way, I know probably visually it would be great. I am not going to include any of the videos or pictures that are being taken without Britney Spears' consent and put them in this video or the title or, thumbnail or anything like that. I'll tell you about what's going on, but I don't want to reshare that because Britney doesn't consent to those being shared like she didn't in 2007. I keep seeing all these videos of like Britney in vacation in Mexico, and she is smiling and dancing and twirling, and then she'll see the cameras on her and her face will drop, and it's like, she can't get a moment of peace even after that. But this recent situation with the private jet really has pissed me off for multiple reasons, okay? So let me tell you what is happening with Britney Spears right now and why the media is currently on her fucking ass again. So Britney Spears was caught drinking and smoking on her private jet. Now, I use the word caught very loosely because there are photos of Britney being confronted by the flight attendant over smoking and drinking on her private jet that have been leaked to the press, which caught to me seems more like she was set up to fail on this by whoever is surrounding her, which really bothers me as well. But I just want to state that caught smoking and drinking on her private jet, by the way, and I'm pretty sure a majority of the US airspace with private jets, that is allowed. If it is your private jet, it is your rules. In a lot of states, that's literally what it declares. That's why celebrities will get private jets, so that they can smoke and drink, or that they can smoke weed or smoke a cigar or whatever. Britney Spears is not the first person to do this. And the fact that this has caused such a moment where Britney's getting a lot of backlash over smoking and drinking on her own fucking jet that she pays for with her own money, like every other celebrity when they want to do stuff that they don't want the public to see them doing on a normal fucking... Leave Britney Spears alone. Let Britney Spears smoke her cigarette. Let Britney Spears drink her vodka. It's crazy because the day-to-day person on a commercial fucking jet is, drinking vodka whenever they do a Bloody Mary done thing. Maybe they're not smoking, but literally private jets have been used for decades by people who want to not have to abide by the commercial rules, which is smoking their own alcohol, smoking their own cigarettes or joints or cigars and drinking whatever they want or whatever like that. We've seen this time and time again. And specifically, we've seen this time and time again with male celebrities, like the Snoop Dogs of the world, so whatever like that, Andrew Tates of the world. They will post these photos of themselves smoking in their jets, whatever like that, and ooh, they're a boss. And Britney Spears is not breaking any rules, by the way. This is the private jet she is paying for. She is being hailed as the most disrespectful and crazy person that she didn't know she wasn't supposed to light up a cigarette or drink on a plane. That's actually not the rules. You per bitches and me per bitches just don't know that they're the rules unless we look up. Please, don't piss me off. So this is what happened, right? So May 22nd, 2025, Britney Spears was involved in a mid-air controversy that quickly went viral. So during her private jet flight from Cabo to Los Angeles, Britney Spears drank vodka and lit a cigarette on board. Which, by the way, again, I cannot stress, even if every single law in the world stated that you're not allowed to drink your own alcohol or smoke, which, by the way, it really does just depend on the jet and the person paying for it, whatever like that. Even if so, why is Britney Spears in a secret photo being taken, being dragged on social media when celebrities are posting photos of themselves doing this on their jets? And it's a great photo. Like, who's still setting Britney Spears up where they're making her be in these vulnerable positions, and then they'll take photos of her, and then it fuels this hungry media narrative. The media, by the way, if you continue seeing posts about Britney Spears is crazy or whatever like that, the media make more money when you think that Britney Spears is crazy and they're exploiting them, okay? So, a lot of discourse has happened from this, obviously, right? So again, this was a private jet, a JSX private jet from Cabo to LAX. And again, Britney was drinking vodka and lit a cigarette. The flight attendants intervened and asked her to extinguish it, which she did. On her private jet, she was asked to not smoke the cigarette. So you know what she did? She didn't smoke the cigarette, but somehow there's leaked photos of Britney being confronted and they're being plastered over the media as if Britney's crazy. But we're being told, even when she was told to stop smoking, she did. So when the plane landed, authorities showed up for Britney Spears drinking a vodka and smoking a cigarette on her private jet she's paying for. Authorities showed up once she arrived. And obviously, all they did was kind of just give her a warning of a sort. Obviously, no charges filed. But the way the media are posting these photos, you would think that she's in prison now for 13 years. Because the media make more money when they can put a narrative of Britney being crazy. Did we not learn anything from 2007? And 2008, and 2009, 2010? Literally even before that, the 2000s when they were coming after her. So, anyways, I just kind of wanted to talk about, like, public reaction to this. So there has been a lot of people very critical of this. Obviously, people are, saying it's a safety issue. The typical things you think when you think of smoking on an airplane, right? The important part to note, though, is it does range on the regulations from private jet to private jet. That is why a lot of celebrities do fly on a private jet, okay? And again, because this vulnerable moment of Britney Spears being confronted by the authorities, Britney Spears, who probably has trauma from the authorities, somehow that photo is photographed, that moment is known, so it's photographed and sold or leaked to the press. And you're telling me this wasn't a setup? Which then fuels this narrative. Britney's crazy, the one that the media makes so much money off of. But I'm so glad that a lot of people are kind of looking at this a little bit differently. There's a lot of people saying, okay, even if she wasn't allowed to do that on the plane, you're saying that when she was confronted, she immediately stopped. And then other people were saying, well, the point I made, Celebrities post photos of themselves doing this on private jets. That's why they hire private jets. But yet Britney is being confronted with the authorities? And that means that someone on her team is calling on her. And then people just being like, leave her alone. And now here's the thing. I think my closing part on this is not about the damn fucking cigarettes. This is not about the damn fucking vodka. But you know what? Let Britney fucking smoke her cigarettes. Let Britney fucking drink her vodka. But furthermore, what really pisses me off is this is not about any of that. This is not about any of that. And again, this is the media finally being excited that once again, they may be able to spin a narrative about Britney and make millions off of her like they did back then. In all those documentaries, all those media places confirmed that the reason that they harassed and followed Britney was because they made more money on stories with her. Let's kind of pay attention to that and realize what's happening now. Leave Britney alone. To quote that fucking incredible video, leave Britney alone. For things that other people do on a daily basis, Britney Spears is being confronted with authorities, knowing that she has trauma with them. Leave her alone. Just let this woman live her life. She spent all her childhood, teenage, and young adult years performing for us and performing for her family and making money for them. Then her family took over, locked her in a conservatorship, and she was forced against her will and drugged up to work for over a decade, about 13 years. Britney Spears is now free. And yeah, what does that look like? Someone being locked up and drugged for about 13 years, over a decade of their life, and then being able to live their life freely. I'm sure that comes with a shit ton of trauma and a shit ton of trying to adjust to the real world. So can people be a little bit fucking kinder to Britney Spears? Because you always say you don't know what someone goes through. We know a little bit of what she's went through, and it's fucking horrendous and scary and shocking that she got out of it alive. So let's be a little bit patient or a little bit just fucking respectful of Britney Spears readjusting to genuinely the real world and let her fucking live. And leave her alone. It really bothers me. Muckers, let me know your opinion of this. I'll talk to you down below. Let Britney smoke her cigarettes. Goodbye.